What's up, guys? We are back. So first off, the Forex Shark AMA went down yesterday over on Bartertown's channel, and a ton of great alpha was dropped. I mean, I'm excited, and what I want to do on this video is just talk through some key points, just my favorite points. I'm not going to cover everything because other YouTubers are probably going to go line by line and cover everything he said. It was like a 2.5 hour AMA, so you know Forex, he likes to talk. So it would take me too long to cover all that stuff. I'm just going to cover the key points that matter to me, and it's because it's my channel, I get to do whatever I want. But anyway, second 30 drip airdrop for my subscribers to YouTube is going to go down over the next couple days. So if you are interested in that, of course, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and then also go to the Telegram, and we'll collect wallet addresses and everything, and we'll do that drawing. So thank you guys for all you who participated. Subscriptions have just gone off the chart this month, so truly appreciate it. Third, yesterday I posted a vulnerable video, if you will, and if I'm being honest, I almost didn't even finish the video. I was recording it, I was probably like 75% through the thing, and I'm just like, this video's trash. Nobody's gonna want to listen to this stuff. So I almost just turned off the recording and just deleted it. And then after I edited it, I was doing it fast. I had a meeting I had to go to, so I was just trying to chop through the editing real quick. So I didn't have time to really review it to see if the content was good. And at the same time, I was just having, second thoughts, insecure thoughts about it. I'm just like, I should just delete it and not even worry about getting it up. But I did it anyway. And oddly enough, it turned out to be one of my best performing videos in my last 10, which is super interesting to me. So a lot of people reached out and said that they were moved by it, and I probably got at least 10 comments that are like, this is your best video yet. So it's weird how the mind will play tricks on you. I mean, I honestly thought it was trash, and I thought nobody's gonna really like this, and people don't want to listen to this type of content. And lo and behold, it turned out to be one of my most successful videos so far, or at least in the last couple weeks. So I thought that was really interesting. The comments from a lot of people, generally speaking, it was like the most comments I got were people that are around my age or older. And those are the people that it resonated with well, which kind of doesn't surprise me. I think a lot of like the 20-year-old moon boys, they just want that hype content. They don't want like have that real emotional conversation, mostly because they haven't gone through those life experiences that I covered in that one. So I'm kind of not surprised, but it seemed like a lot of people either had a similar upbringing to me or are in a similar situation now with their job or their anxiety levels or their stress levels or whatever. And so there was a lot of great comments on how people were saying the drip was going to end up changing their life. Not by the stuff that they could buy, but by the shifted mindset that they'd be able to have, and that, safety and security, spending more time with their family, all that type of stuff. So if you haven't watched that video, go check it out and let me know what you think. It's much different than my other stuff. I felt really vulnerable and kind of weird, putting it out there, but it turns out it was something that people, wanted and I guess needed to hear. So again, this YouTube space is just interesting. Some people just put out content that is 100% entertainment. Sometimes it's just data. Sometimes it's this or that. I made some funny stuff and some serious stuff. This, of course, is my most serious video, but I found it very interesting that the level of feedback I received far outweighed what I thought I was going to do. I thought I was going to be one of my worst performing videos yet. But enough of that. Here are some highlights from the AMA. So first off, like I said, I'm just going to hit the points that really matter to me. There's certainly a lot more in there. So I would recommend that you go to Ray's channel, and obviously the AMA will be listed on there. Give it a listen, let me know what you think. But let me hit the key points for you in case you don't have time to go over to Ray's channel and watch a 2.5 hour AMA. So here are some key dates. Next month is about to start. Tomorrow, September will start. So between the 1st and the 15th of September, there's going to be a lot of community outreach. He's probably going to be doing AMAs on community channels, people that are already familiar with the drip ecosystem, all the friendlies, if you will. And what's also going to happen is in between now and the 15th is the new UI for Animal Farm is going to go live. I know some of you guys maybe missed it on my last video, but the Animal Farm, even the new one you think you have, is the old version. So you've really got V1, then you've got V2 that they created and spruced up. Version 3 is about to come out, and it looks amazing. I'll show it to you here in a second. I could not be more pumped about the look and feel of the new UI. I think it puts us at a whole new level, and professional investors will be into it. So anyway, next September 15th, that's when the start of dogs crediting will happen. So in between now and then, everything will be getting geared up, and that will be happening on the old site. So be prepared for that. If you've got dogs staked that you need to migrate, September 15th is a day that you need to watch out for. Now, the big date we all were very interested in learning is what date does the animal farm launch? The animal farm officially goes live on Tuesday, October 18th. So we should all be super excited about that. I know it's 10 days later than we initially expected, but if you guys are still hanging on to every thread, every word that Forex says when he announces dates, you should realize that his dates are never correct. It's always a moving target, and that's just how it goes. However, he has specifically stated that once he dropped an actual date, that date will not change, because there is a tremendous amount of money out there marketing that date if that's when it's going to launch. So of course we're not going to miss the launch date. We're telling everybody in a bunch of advertising of when it's going to happen. So be prepared for that. And I mean, that should be as close to a set in stone as possible. October 18th, this thing goes live. We're back on track, and the game is about to change. So why is that important, and why the 18th? He wanted a full month of marketing, so he must have needed some buffer time to get everybody's dogs credits and everything. He doesn't want to send people from the marketing to the new site and have them see that there's dogs crediting and everything going on, because they're going to wonder how they can get involved, and it will just cause confusion. So in an attempt to keep that separate, he'll try to get everything else out of the way. That'll happen on the V1 site, and everybody will be driven over to this new lander and the new animal farm UI. So our time is finally coming. Now let's talk about marketing. Marketing is a big thing. We've never done paid marketing, so this one has been a really key element for me. I do a lot of marketing in my everyday life, so I understand it pretty well. And because I do, and because I understand it so well, I understand how impactful this could be. And let me just tell you, this could be absolutely major. So I want to hit just a couple of key points here that I wrote down, but I'm not going to hit all of them. Like I said, he probably spent an hour on marketing on the call. So they've got some Twitter accounts lined up, right? Big Twitter accounts. I don't know how many it is. They didn't tell us, but what he did tell us was the amount of follows, the amount of accumulative followers that those Twitter accounts had, and that is 50 million. So I don't know if they've got 25 different people that are going to spread that on their channel with 2 million apiece. I don't know how those followers are split up, but I'll tell you that is major. 50 million followers. So if any of those guys have a reasonable level of activity, they'll see this content, they'll see this new platform, they'll see this new protocol, they're going to see this ecosystem we built. And when eyes get on it, especially with how cool it looks and how professional it's going to look now, you're going to get people getting added to the system. So I am like super pumped about that. He elaborated a little bit. I mean, we've got several $100,000s in the marketing budget. He kind of made it seem like it was close to $1 million. So whatever the case may be, that's a lot of marketing dollars, and a lot of eyes are going to see this stuff. So that's super exciting. They're going to launch some YouTube ads, which will be cool. That'll play at the beginning of the ad or whatever. If you guys don't pay for the premium service and you watch mine, you're seeing the ads. Obviously, that's what makes me my little bit of money from YouTube. So the people who make those ads get to decide what type of channels they want those on. So the ads you're pricing on my channels are like financial stuff, stock stuff, might be cryptocurrency, mostly that stuff, because that's what I talk about. So they know the people who watch my channel are interested in that stuff, and so it only makes sense to show ads like that. We're probably not seeing ads about self-tanner or the best razor to shave women's legs on my channel, because we don't talk about that stuff. So it's specifically optimized to the audience you want to talk to. So that's pretty standard in marketing, so that's going to be really big here. If you're familiar at all with that, Google AdSense, Facebook marketing, like Ads Manager in the back end, what you're doing is you're just calibrating. You're saying of all these people that saw my ads, a heavy percentage of them were male. Most of them live in this state, this type of demographic. This is their salary range. I mean, you can dial just about everything in. So the people that are seeing the ads, that are liking them, that are clicking on them, going to the landing page and following through some of these actions, that bounces back to the system and puts them in a category of the type of people that are most likely to see your ads and follow through. So what we're going to do is continually show our ads to people that fit in that category, and that's what makes marketing efficient, so you're not just wasting marketing dollars. So of course that should be really impactful. They've also got some AMAs lined up with like big YouTubers. So these would be guys that are not really familiar with our community. Maybe they're familiar a little bit with Drip, but they're not promoting Drip or the animal farm or the ecosystem on their channel yet. As you know, when channels that are already kind of in the space, let's just say it's a channel about crypto, those people are more likely to get into DeFi because they're already part way there, right? They already kind of understand the space. They understand some of the risks, the wild, wild west. They also understand that exponential gains can happen and this things could just go crazy. So those are the type of people we want to market to. I think that's almost common sense that we get on those channels. So it sounds like we've got several big ones, and that of course will help with the marketing a lot too. That marketing budget is going to go toward banner ads. So it sounds like we've already got that stuff scheduled. Really, after everything launches, you'll see them on BSC Scan, Cointelegraph, CoinMarketCap, CoinGate, DappRadar, Dex Tools, CoinGecko, and more. So people will see something enticing there on a banner ad, and it'll take them over to a lander, and that'll be good. So speaking of the lander, so this is important. A new landing page has been created. And if you guys watch my recent videos where I talk about marketing and just the flow, kind of what would be like a checkout process for customers, and talking about how we don't have a really good one. I mean, look at this. If you market to Drip and people come here, they're going to look at the site and go, what is this? Like, I don't understand. I deposit here. What am I depositing? There's a tax. It's telling me that it's a low risk, high reward contract, 365%. How does it work? There's not really a lot of details to tell me what the heck is going on. So the story isn't being told very clearly. If I go to the white paper truly needs to be updated. It was great. The community members that created that back when they created it, I feel like did a pretty good job, but it's long since need to be updated, especially with the new changes to the tokenomics. There's a lot of things that aren't clear. If they're coming out with like a layer 2 faucet, that's all got to be explained. So when people get taken to a site, especially like new people, they're going to have absolutely no idea what to do with this. They need to have their hand held. They need to be told step by step everything that's going to happen. They need to be told kind of what the outcome could be if they invest and how it works. So it really needs to be spelled out for them. And in order to do that, people need to be taken to a lander. You can't take someone who's never heard of DeFi before, maybe they're just a little bit familiar with crypto, they own a little bit of crypto. You can't take them, land them on an animal farm site and expect them to understand how pigs and dogs work together and how the drip BUSD pool is the new hot thing. They're just not going to understand it. That's too many steps. What you have to do is take people from point A to point B without losing them and making them overly complicated. And you got to do that in the least amount of clicks as possible. So they're going to take people to a landing page. From that landing page, that'll take them through a process. They'll eventually land where they need to be able to deposit money and all that stuff. And of course, as soon as we get the fiat onboarding, offboarding done, that's going to be major. So the new landing page, like I was saying, is basically going to assist with the onboarding of brand new people to DeFi. As a team builder, that will help because hopefully it'll help answer a lot of questions that I'm constantly trying to answer in the Telegram chat and on here and all that. So that'll be helpful. And if Forex needs my buddy code, I'm happy to give it to him. So all that marketing can just drive people directly to my code. That is a question that I would have for him though. Once you drive people through from marketing to the landing page, if they want to get into these ecosystems, I know you can get in the animal farm really without a buddy code or anything, but of course the faucet, you need one. So are those investors going to be kind of prompted to go into the dev wallet, or are they going to need to go out and find a YouTuber they like and use their code? Really, it doesn't matter either way. It would almost make sense if they went into the dev wallet, so there's less rewards. But the team building aspect of it is pretty cool. And the kickback to the teams through airdrops and everything, I think is super important. But that's just me. I've liked building a team. I like the camaraderie that goes with it. I like doing the contests. I like the airdrops. I'm into that type of stuff, and I think it's been beneficial. And I think that's part of what makes our community tight. Right, crypto is a solo sport, but the one thing that's really kept Drip afloat and kept it together is the tight-knit community. So hopefully there's something to promote that, and like I said, every new person can join my team if they'd like. So once you drive people to a landing page, you got to take them through a series of steps. You kind of got to set the hooks one piece at a time. You need to introduce them to our system, our community, and how it's all going to work. So what they're going to do is run one of these little contests. I don't even really know what they're called, but it's to help convince new users to complete a series of steps. And as a reward for that, they've got the opportunity to win $5,000, I think, in BUSD. So I've actually done stuff like this before, so I just wanted to show the example that I saw, and that's Gleam.io. So this is what it looks like. Basically, it's pretty rudimentary. You just come in once you've done something to get entries into whatever contest, say it's for that $5,000. You like the Twitter page, you post your MetaMask BSC address, you go follow a couple of the main channels, whatever it is, right? They're going to put a list of things that the individual needs to do in order to get it in the system. And maybe this is one of them. One of them is like, give us your email. And then we could do email marketing to them about like the updates. Here's why you want to get in Drip. Here's the deadlines or whatever. Anyway, that's the purpose of them. This one's super rudimentary. free, and I think there's better ones out there. In fact, I think Drip Coach was actually talking about this earlier. I don't remember if he did the video last night or today, but I think he was mentioning another platform that looks a lot cooler than this one. So I hope it's not this one. The only reason that I'm showing this one is because this is the immediate thing that popped into my head during the AMA. And the reason is because I did one for Crypto Andy a little while back. He was giving away, I don't know, about $500 worth of cryptocurrency. All you really had to do was like his Twitter, like his recent YouTube post, his YouTube video, and like a couple of other things, and that give you entries to win. So pretty simple. The reason I'm bringing this one up is because I actually did it for Crypto Andy as like a celebration when he hit 5,000 subscribers. So I thought that was cool. I wanted to support the guy because I think he does make really good videos. But we could see something like this, some sort of steps like this happen on the animal farm side, where people go to the lander, there's a list of things they need to do. It's pretty interactive, and once you've gone through all those steps, you kind of feel pot committed. You're like, man, I want to get into this. Plus you've educated yourself all along the way, and now you're interested in maybe getting into the ecosystem. So anyway, that's cool. And the marketing campaign is supposed to be legit. So I just referenced like 5% of what he talked about. Like I said, he went on for an hour about marketing. So there's a lot more to it. It does sound like it's going to be pretty next level. I think in terms of the reach, the individuals that they're talking to, the platforms that we're going to advertise on, all the AMAs, the amount we're spending on the marketing budget, I think we're going to see some crazy numbers, because remember, we've gotten to this point and we've done zero paid marketing. We really haven't spent any money on paid marketing. Bork said when they did the pre-sale, he like spent a little bit of that budget to do some initial marketing, like in the first couple months. But since then, through all the turmoil, we have done no paid marketing. So you've got to imagine that when paid marketing kicks in, you're going to see a serious increase of onboarding users. I just can't imagine a scenario where that doesn't happen, especially if the flow's right. If you spend a bunch of money on marketing and you drive people to a landing page that makes absolutely no sense, then sure, you're going to turn a bunch of people off. You'll get a bunch of eyes on it, but they don't understand the process. But the way they've outlined it, to where you go to the landing page, you learn a little something, you go through some steps, and then it nicely packages up the delivery at the end, or what actionable item you're supposed to do. The call to action, I would say, is like very clear. Here's how you invest, here's why, you understand the protocol. If all that stuff happens like it's supposed to, onboarding users should skyrocket. I don't think there's any way that you can spend that much money and have it look this clean and have it be this simple and not get a bunch of new users. So let's talk about the new UI. This one's big. Let me quickly get the picture up somehow. Okay, this is just a preview from the new Animal Farm UI, and to me, this looks amazing. This is what professional websites look like as far as like financial websites. And this is the type of stuff that you can show a professional investor and them go, okay, this makes sense. I've got information on the pools and farms and these nice little grids. I've got information about what everything is. This is a really artistic but very clean look. The color scheme looks good. I really like this little logo up here with the Animal Farm. The menu bar looks very clean. I mean, I don't think they could have done this a whole lot better. I've been pretty critical of the UIs in the past. I just don't think they're very aesthetic looking. This is very clean. I think one of my major issues with the current ecosystem, I don't love the new Animal Farm one. It looks pretty decent. The Drip one does look old, but to me, there is absolutely nothing to tell me if I was on the Drip website and I was on the Animal Farm website that those are part of the same ecosystem. They look absolutely nothing alike. They do not look related. They don't look like they're part of the same ecosystem at all. And I think that's an issue. You really need to be marketing these things where they're on brand. So as we know, the new Drip UI is going to look kind of similar to this, and I know they're already making some tweaks, so it may look even more similar. But if you take that and then you take Scratchy and you make a few tweaks to that UI so they can all coincide a little bit and you can tell they're part of the same ecosystem, that's going to be lights out. So I think that's absolutely amazing. Obviously, this is what the new Animal Farm UI is going to look like. This does not account for the landing page you're going to create. So you go to that first, learn some things, come here, and you'll hopefully already know what to do. So I'm really looking forward to making some content on this. And even when I make my YouTube videos, right, the stuff that's up in the background, when I got the Drip site up in the background, it doesn't look that professional. So even my channel as a financial channel, not financial advice, but as a financial channel where we're talking about this stuff, if I've got this more clean, sophisticated financial interface up while I'm talking about stuff, people are going to take it a little more serious. So anyway, I'm super stoked about it. Once that's all done, Tuesday, October 18th, we go live. After that happens, in a couple of weeks after launch, we should see the new Drip UI come out. which I'm of course very excited about. It's going to look way more updated and refreshed, and I can't wait to make some content on that. We should also see the Dogs of Fortune game come out, which he's mentioned this a few times, but there's like a utility inside of the Dogs of Fortune game for drip, which will help the price action of drip go up. I don't know if it's burning tokens or whatever it is. So he's announced that it is there, but it's a secret. We really don't know what it's for or how exactly it's going to work. So be prepared for that though. But I like that there's some additional metrics that's going to help the drip price, because drip is the foundation of this whole thing. And if the drip price tanks, it's not going to help the animal farm. So drip price needs to be supported. It needs to be continually going up, or at least stable, and that will help direct people, or help people also feel more comfortable in everything the animal farm offers. So shortly after that, they're going to kick up the mini DAO. I think we've discussed that. As it gets closer, I'll discuss it more. And then after that is Scratchies. Of course, you guys know how I feel about Scratchies. It's going to be a big, but it's a little bit further down the road. So I'm just going to hold off on talking too much about that, and I can save that for another video. So what are you guys most pumped about? I am super excited about this whole thing. To me, the thing that blew me away most is like the new landing page UI marketing steps. I knew that was important. I talked about it in other videos, and the fact that he's doing it just makes me feel warm and fuzzy, because I know you're going to be able to take people who've never heard of us before and make them customers and investors in a nice, smooth process. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Happy investing.